And now. Hello and welcome everybody. Both lounge piano players and the music of Burt Bacharach want to seduce the audience into a better world. Just leave the problems outside. There are many tricks for a piano player to boost this effect even. Many little details how we can approach a song to make it sound more luxurious. There's so much information in here that I only manage the A part. So that's long enough. If you want the B part, you just tell me by liking down there, and I will continue with the B part. Please follow me what you can do to make an already great song sound more lushy and plushy and nushy. Whatever. Follow me. Let's see what we have to do. We have a melody, we have chords, we have a bass, and we have a rhythm. We have to bring these things together to sound great. Basically, we always have a melody, and we have a chord to solve and a bass. Three things for two hands. This is always the problem. So first we have to find the answer. Where are we putting the chords? In the left hand or in the right hand to the melody hand? And I decide it's going to be in the right hand because the bass is going to be our little drummer machine. It cannot cover the chords like in other patterns, like where we have bass, chords, bass, chords. The melody is going to be on top. We always want that. The ear wants that. So it means the chord notes are going to be below the melody. The first chords are F, F major 7, F minor 7. So it's basically these ones. F. I'm sure you already are familiar with the inversions, so I'm not going to go in detail with that. So it's F, then the F major 7 and the F7. See, wow, why is this F? There is no F in the right hand. It doesn't have to be, because the F is indicated already by the root F. So we all know, your brain knows we are in F. And we have the melody that goes. So how are we going to put the chords in between somehow? Let's have a look at the melody. The melody, we need the fourth finger here because the melody is going up here, right? We have to tie it. With this will not sound good. So we have the fourth finger here. That's your basic calculation. Fourth finger on the A. We have three fingers left to make it sound good, to add the chord notes. Now, I tell you my decision to do this. Every arranger has a little bit different ideas. Some might play it just like this, the first bit. But we want to play it cocktaily, loungy, nice, a little bit more luxurious than the average Joe. I will sacrifice the root, because we have it here, for the 9. That is really beautiful. The 9 is a so-called tension or optional notes, depending on the book you are using. You see, it has more complexity in it, and we can easily omit or skip the root and replace it for the 9. So now we have something. Righty? Now we have the F major, and we use now the second finger for the F major. It's going down. Everything is going down. Also the major 7 from the octave, which we replaced by the 9 to give it more sound. And then wonderful. Now the next melody note is the 5th up here, and it's again we have to have one finger here to tie it. So we again have 3 fingers left, and we only use 2 of them to play the F7 chord, the minor 7 note, and the third. The third is really important. It's actually the most important interval because it indicates if it's minor or major. So we solved that problem just nicely. F7. And now it leads to the, the beautiful thing about this. And now it's a dominant 7 chord. The type leads to its own tonic, which is the B flat. F7 leads to B flat. To the B flat major chord, major 7 chord. Wonderful. And here again, 4th finger here, because we have to tie the melody. And that's perfect. We have the root here down, we have the major 3rd here, and the major 7 is in the melody. No extra need. Now, why is he not playing the 5th? It's a decision, it's a personal decision. Sometimes leaving off the 5th makes the voicing, that is how we play those chords, a bit more airy, open. I like it. And the 5th is not as necessary as the major 3rd, because the brain, yes, even your brain, is completing the 5th. And it's adding it by itself in your brain. It knows it's there. Unless you change the 5th, then you must, for example, if you want it to sound like this, your brain is not doing that, then you must play it. But the regular pure 5th is added by your brain. So now we go to the A minor chord. We have the melody is the E. And we need the A minor 7 chord now. So we have 3 fingers, and now we're going to use them, and it's perfect. Here. And it's very rare that it's so perfect that we have the melody is covering a chord note, and the rest of the 3 fingers, without doing much of this, find the rest of the chord notes just perfectly under their fingertips. A minor 7 needs no explanation. Then we have the D7. Here, these are the melody notes. We can use the 5th finger here now. We don't have to go up, so that gives us a bit more comfort and space with the other fingers. So you see the D chord, right? If I could play the 7 here, but it's played by the melody, so it's indicated to your ears even without playing the 7 straight away. And I find this too cramped. It's gonna come anyway, the 7. Same again. And then we have something very beautiful waiting for you. It's a G minor 7. But look at this. What about this is G minor 7? Can you tell me? Almost nothing. Because, well, we have the 5th of G minor. But then we go like, we have the 7, the minor 7, and then we have just option notes, tension notes. The 9 and the 11. Why is it called the 11 in this context and not the 4th? Like in G minor, this would be the 4th. The C is the 4th, the pure 4th. Because 11 we use when it's played on top of the 3rd. So we could play it even like this. Yeah? A 4th is replacing the 3rd. Then if we play the 4, the 3rd is not being played. Like in this suspended or sustained 4th, the sus 4th. But in this case, it's played on top. If we had enough fingers, we could play it like this. Here is the minor 3rd and the 11 on top. It would not matter. So in this case, it's the 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's the same note. It's really depending on the books where you're learning from or the kind of tutorial, how they call it. But this is the most logical way. So, but you see, if we play the 5th, the 7, 9, and the 7, we almost have a new, well, we have a new chord on top, a chord structure. So you could describe this as the D minor 7, because this is D minor 7, can you see? With G on top, with G down there. And you see that in my little software display, in a small print, that's what it also analyzed. D minor 7 with the G, or you call it the G7, 9, sus4, which is wrong in this software. It would have to be called the 11, because it's a minor chord. But the software doesn't know it's a minor chord because we don't play it. Now you see it. Can you see it now? Yeah. Now we play we add the minor chord, see how it changes. Boom, and now it's the 11. Because we have to skip the minor third. We don't have to, but in this case I just do it. I could also play the minor third instead of the 9. Possibility 2. Here. There you see, we have the G minor 7. Now I play the minor third here. I played it so many times in hotel lounges and in swinger clubs that I found I like it more like this, even if the software doesn't recognize it as a minor chord. Okay, so. And here we have the C7, but it has again 3 tension notes. The minor 7, the 9, and now it's really the sus4. Because it's replacing the third. We cannot play the third at the same time, would sound totally crap. Yeah, software doesn't even know what it's gonna do here. Add 3, rubbish, okay? Yeah, so it's this one. Can you see it? So it's the C7, 9, sus4, or as you see in the screen, it's the B flat with C in the bass. B flat major chord with the C in the bass. Depending on the book, one book would go for this, one book would go for that. You have probably seen that, these different signatures. Of course, it's easier to remember if you say like B flat, try it, plus B, because you don't just have to remember B plus C. And here you have to, in the other one, you have to remember C, 9, 7, sus4. Wow, that's nuclear physics. Okay? And then we just solve this into the regular C7. So, now we have the basic problem solved, chords, chord notes under the melody, and now we have to take care of the bass. Now, there's something missing, because remember, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head is a feel-good song. We can still play that in a hotel lobby, but not like but there's still a rhythm. We have a bass to do. It's this one. This is actually the reason why we have to put the chord notes below the melody in the right hand. What bass is it? I call it the 5th bass. You will see why. We have the root of a chord, and the second note is the 5th of that root. Now you might say, well, it's not a 5th, it's not a 5th, Christian. Well, I can count 2. But if you see, like from the root, the 5th is always the 5th of the F is always the C, because we always count up for intervals. We say the 5th from F, we always mean the C, but we play the C down there, so it's still the 5th bass. And it goes like this. Bum, ga-dum, 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 ga-dum. If we play the chord B flat, it doesn't matter if it's minor or major, because the 5th is the same. The 5th of B flat is the F. So the 5th bass, here goes. Wum, ga-dum, ga-dum, ga-dum. You can see ga-dum, you can sing it along. Gang, gang, ga-dum, ga-dum, ga-dum. It doesn't matter as long as you're on your own. So we have this bass. Now it becomes a different song. It has a beat now. You will see that, great Christian, you will see that sometimes we have to do jumps. What's that? Sesame, from Sesame Street. Okay, 1 and 2 and back. That we have to jump a little to get the next root. We manage. Now I'm right. Got it? We just have to adjust the bass to the right hand. Now, nice, huh? It's getting even nicer now. Okay, once you've managed that, to put it into this rhythmic pattern, we can think about something. Now, the whole song has a beat. If we would accompany this song for a singer, let's say, we would play the whole thing like... So in an ideal world, we are far from it now, we have the fourth beat going through the whole song. What can we still do? Do we have a free time or free fingers in the right hand to underpin this rhythm, to make it clear a little bit more? That's the hard bit, like dispersing these tasks onto just two hands, unless you're genetically modified or you're an octopus and you have 7 hands or whatever. Please post a picture. So, I tell you what I mean. Look how we played it until now. Now, what I do now? First, I managed to accommodate another of the strong fourth beats. Duck, duck. And I filled here the remaining fourth notes with the rest of the chord notes. We are in the F major 7 chord now, okay? Yeah? Got it? I could also play alternative. I would probably do that. Never did that in my whole career. I've just learned something. Thank you, Christian. Okay, so we could with each of the melody notes, which are fourth notes, we could put one more chord note down here, so we have a little bit more of that fourth beat going on. Yeah, this one is just dipping through, back, 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 back. And here I just made it my custom, where in the song it goes like vap, ba da 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 da. I adore my pitch. I have the perfect pitch in my voice. So we could hammer this the fourth throughout the bar, but I like it here to emphasize the phrasing of the singing. Bop. Da da do wah wah, like this, and not fill the empty space. I don't like it. It's my decision. You do your own channel, you make your own decisions. And now, here I can, and here I will, and so will you. Okay. Yeah, so at least I have 2 times the fourth. And here, you know, I use the octave. It feels good here. It's a strong pedal point here. Bam, bam, bam. And here we go. Yeah? So. And then we go to the B part, which I just decided to give it a second video during the next week. So we split it in two. Now please let me know if you like this tutorial. Just leave a thumbs up down there, or let me know in the comments if you want the B part. Also, this weekend the tutorial for My Life from Billy Joel is coming, and I hope to see you there. Bye bye, take care, all the best from Berlin.